Hello, good morning. How is everybody doing? My name is Yaa'S. I welcome you to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. My co-host Boating Russell will be on with us as soon as she can. She's having some technical difficulties, so hopefully we will see her soon. I trust you've all had a good week. Yes, the month of October is just zipped by just like that. It's been a while since we've been here, but breaks are good also. So we've been treating a topic under my unapologetic self, my book, the series, and we've been looking at our values enhancing or inhibiting our life. So we've talked about a few values along the way. Today we're going to be talking about, and before I do that, I'm going to share to groups and I'll come back and continue. Is that okay? All right, so let's do this. Right. Okay, so yes, we've talked about values. Before I go ahead, I'll tell you about the programs that go on this platform. So we do our Saturday Facebook Live, which is twice a month. And then we during the week there's videos, short videos that you'll see based on my 5 books, which are on Amazon. The first one is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. The second is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. The third is a devotional, Refreshing for My Weary Soul. The fourth is Own It, a guide to taking accountability and responsibility for your own life journey. It's an Amazon International best-selling book. Then the fifth is My Unapologetic Self, a guide to being real and living life on my own terms. So you'll see short videos of a little over a minute long or less than a minute with topics from any of the books. As well, we do Pearls of Wisdom. It's a passage from the Bible that I talk about for about 10 to 15 minutes. The shorter version is A Word for You, also a passage from the Bible, but it's less than a minute long, and you have some nuggets to carry along for the day. Right. So, if you've just come on, welcome aboard. Hello, Tony. Nice to have you with us. Thank you. If any of you is coming on, we've just started the program. We've been doing the topic, Our Values Enhancing or Inhibiting Our Lives, and we've treated any number of topics in the past. Today is the final topic in the series, and we're going to be talking about volunteerism. But before I continue, I'll have you know that today is the last program for the year. Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner is going to be going on an extended break. Yes, we've been doing this since April 2020 when my first book came out, and we've dealt with any number of topics along the way. We've had short breaks here and there over the holidays, maybe Easter time, Christmas time, but this is an extended break. You know, I always do videos where I say that in life you are go, 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 but sometimes you need to stop, pause, reflect, and reset. There's a video I did yesterday called Check-in Time. Please listen to that. It's so important because with that, especially people from my community, we're just about do for others because we are scripted that way. The faith, the culture always says, oh, do for others, do for others. But we forget that you can't fill others up when you are half full or you are empty. So it's okay to take time for yourself, take a break and reflect. So that's what we are going to do. We will come back with new programming. When I say new program, like there'll be more collaborative effort. So watch out for that next year. We'll be coming back probably late January or early February And the book reads will continue, but we'll have other author book reads, and then we'll be treating other different topics. So, and as I said before, my co-host Boatma Russell, today that she's available, she's having technical difficulties, so hopefully she'll be on soon. So let's start the program. So when we talk about volunteerism, what is it? When I give the definition, I'll tell my own story. So basically, I'll put it this way: it's a willingness to give back to your community. It's a mindset or an attitude of service. So that is not something that I was taught. And if you're from my community, you say a lot of us don't know that, because I don't know, right? And I say this without how do you call it, without prejudice. I'm not attacking anybody or criticizing anybody, but I'm saying that sometimes when there's a poverty mindset or poverty in terms of lack, your main mode of survival is, you're in survival mode always, trying to take care of you. So how on earth do you go take care of somebody else or think of taking care of somebody else? So it's not an attitude that we were taught about here. And so volunteerism, you are actively seeking opportunities to assist others in need, right? It's like it's a social responsibility, and there's no financial reward. When I was, before I retired, I think a year or some months before I retired, I took a retirement planning course. And the ones that I've taken in the past, they only tackled the financial side of how to get ready for retirement. This last one that I did was very good, awesome. It was fabulous. You know why? They attached a social component, because you have to remember that you've been working all your life. Now you're going to be at the point where, boom, no more work. What do I do with myself? Those kinds of things. So the social aspects was dealt with, right? And so the advice that she gave, which I found strange, but I understand now, the lady who did the social aspect, she said, when you are volunteering in places, be careful that they don't take all your time. Like you can easily say, oh, I'm bored at home, so I will go and volunteer every day. No, that is not a good use of your time. You could do other things too. Don't let it become a filler for you, right? So you can say, okay, twice a week, I'm going to go volunteer. I'll do 2 hours. And then the other times you find other things to do with yourself. So I just thought I'd bring that in. For myself, I'm the same way as I described at the beginning. I don't know nothing about volunteering. I didn't bother till years ago, some years ago, I forget which year it was, 2015 or 2016. There was a fire in Fort McMurray and the whole town had to be evacuated. They came into the city. And so at Kingsway Mall, one of the malls over here, North Central Edmonton, they set up a place where these evacuees could come and pick up um, any items that they needed, supplies, right, toiletries and that. So my daughters and I went to volunteer there. Yes. So otherwise, for me, I haven't really been volunteering. They did before COVID. They used to volunteer at Kids Cottage. It's a place where when parents need respite, you are stressed out or whatever, um, you you can take your kids there. I don't know how it all works, but there's a structure to it. It's not as simple as I'm saying, but I'm just saying that the younger ones, they have that mind because they are growing up here. So they used to do that. Yeah, maybe twice a week or once a week or whenever they were off, they would go and volunteer, sometimes alone, sometimes together. So what is the purpose of volunteering? It increases social interactions. It helps build a support system based on common interest. So you may think you are doing something for free, but you'll be connecting with the people that you are serving. You'll be connected with other people who are serving like yourself. So kind of some form of network. It's not really about how much you can give others. It is just about filling the world with hope. Yeah. Albert Einstein said, only a life lived for others is worth living. Have some of us heard this? I would say that maybe people in my community, we are yet to get that memo, some of us. Just give me a sec. Let me check if there's anything from. No, she's still having difficulties. Okay, let's carry on. We haven't got that memo. Yes, we just all about ourselves. It may seem. I mean, it's not. It's all across the board. I'm not just talking about my people. Generally, human beings, human nature. We are selfish. I'm selfish. You are selfish. You may shake your head and say no, but we all are. It takes a lot to think about somebody else or put yourself out for others. And sometimes you even get used and abused. People have been so taken advantage of that they've stopped helping people. And we have this thing in our community where somebody gets into a place, especially coming to live in the diaspora. And when they come, they don't want to help anybody else because they've been hurt. But people make this comment, oh, you came first. Why don't you help us? It's a problem, but that's not the topic at hand. So, what are the values of volunteerism? Well, you gain a sense of purpose. See, if you're just all about yourself, oh, I'm bored, I'm this, and then you know you love kids, so maybe you go helping out. You register as a volunteer with Boys and Girls Club. You can become a mentor to a little boy or a little girl, and just the impact that you'll make will give you a sense of purpose. Because a lot of people are stuck, and I don't know if stuck is the word, but they're not really sure of what they are doing with themselves. They are just floundering around like you're in water and you're trying to, the waves are so, you're trying to push yourself, but you don't know how to do it. And you're bored. You know that there's something like your mind is just stagnant. You don't know what to do with yourself. You feel it's like a rudderless ship. You feel like there's no aim. You have no aim in your life. You're just drifting along. So you're trying to find a purpose by going to help or serve somebody else. Also, you gain a sense of community. Yeah, I mean, getting to know people, getting to know the. I remember last week in church, was it last week? Our pastor, there was somebody from one of the social organizations here that serve people who in need, Hope Mission. So there was a lady who came to talk about what Hope Mission does. Yes, and they said even after service, there would be a track outside there. I forget the name of the track, but in the track would be the kinds of things that they do or what they provide to people. It's a mobile track that goes to different places, I guess. After church, I went out looking, I couldn't see anything. So yesterday I was talking to my girls and I said, well, they said that the van would be out there. And she said, Nana says, no, they couldn't get it for the first service, but it came for the second. I said, yeah, I was walking around and I was confused. So I didn't see any van. So I just went to my car and just drove home. But she did say that they were trying to hire, I forget whether it was 60, whatever the number was, they were trying to hire people. During the week on the news, there was a long lineup of people who were looking for employment. This is not volunteering, I'm just talking about this organization. There was a long line of people who were going to look for work. And so that tells you that there is a need. Okay, and then also, of course, values of volunteerism, you meet new friends. You also increase your social skills. Maybe you're somebody who keeps to yourself, you're very private, you're an introvert, and then you say, oh, I'm going to go volunteer. Through that, you learn how to come out of yourself to engage with other people. Because really, when you're engaging with people, you can't just, you have to talk, you have to communicate, you have to interact. Yeah, it improves your self esteem. You build confidence that you're making a difference in somebody else's life. Yeah. And also, you learn new and valuable skills. Maybe you may learn to negotiate, you know, um, communication skills. Maybe you might say, oh, I'm not somebody who likes, what do you call it, talking. And then all of a sudden, you find yourself that you're out there doing it. It also enhances your resume application. Let me tell you something. Um, and this is just my experience. I could be wrong, but I haven't lived in my community in years. when I was going to school there was nothing like, oh, you're applying for university, so show on your application what volunteering that you have done. It wasn't, no. But here, it's important. In high school, you'll see a person, whether it's the person who becomes the valedictorian or, the top students. Like sometimes when I hear some of the things that they do because they show them on the news, like some young girl won some award recently for something she was developing, and I think she's trying to go to medical school. So you see these kids and they are volunteering, doing all kinds of things, and you ask yourself, when do they have time to study? But it is the core of the system. That's who what you are taught to be. So if you are going to, hello, yeah, hello, yeah, are you there? Oh, the sound is still not coming. Oh, that's rather unfortunate. If you are able to hear me later, interject so I know that your sound is working now, please. So I was saying that it's an important thing to have on your resume because it shows how diverse you are. It's not just academic. In our system at the time, we were just that way, academia focused, nothing about enhancing yourself as a person, extracurricular activities, this and that. You might have a student, for example, who wants to go into you might have a student who might wants to go into veterinary, for example, veterinary, yeah, and then maybe they are volunteering at an animal clinic or doing all kinds of things related to that. And so then it's showing up on the application. You might be the student who probably got the 4 A's or whatever the grades, how they grade these days. But if you don't show some of these elements on your resume, that person who may have got 2 A's and 2 B's or two B pluses, they will be they might get in ahead of you because you're not showing anything related to that field. I don't think it even necessarily has to relate to the field, but you have to show that there's things that you do outside of school. It's too bad. I'm not sure what's happening. This is a topic that I really wanted to get Ya's perspective, but she's having sounds problems, and I'm not sure how to fix it. So, and then to what do you call it? Let me go here. Also, it advances your career efforts. It's this topic, somebody might say, oh, what a boring topic. What is this? But it teaches about selflessness. There's a lady I know, I used to go to church with her. She tells me she volunteers at, I don't know, is it Boyle Street or one of the other ones? She, without fail, like clockwork, she's been doing it for years. So I think that volunteerism teaches you to be other focused because we're always just about our own business. So yes, Ya is going to call in. Let me wait for her call.
Hello?
Hello, Ya.
Oh, yeah. Let me get off it because it's echoing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So can you tell me if you hear Ya, please? So Ya, what are your thoughts? I started talking about the topic, which is volunteerism, what it is. And then I've been talking about some of the values. So I stress that it's an attitude of selflessness, like you're trying an attitude of service, trying to make a difference in your community, right? And then
Right.
it's not about how much you can help people necessarily. It's about filling the world with hope. So
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned that Albert Einstein said only a life lived for others is worth living. So, do you have any thoughts on that? What it is, the purpose?
Volunteerism, yes, it's yeah, it is mostly about selflessness. It's freely giving of your time in your neighbor or service, as you said. And another angle is also to it helps to see the good in humanity as well. Because
Yes.
you're being optimistic in helping because you have the hope, you have you know
Yes.
a positive. It will come to a better end.
Mm-hmm.
So volunteerism, you need these attitudes or values in order to get into it for the right reasons. It's not just doing it just to get the badge. Some people just do
Yeah.
volunteerism so
Yes.
others will see them in a certain light. But yeah, you will wear yourself out. You get tired of it
Mm-hmm.
very quickly if that's where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
That's not proper volunteerism. You are doing it, but not from the yeah.
I'm glad you brought that angle in because I hadn't thought about it at all. Yeah, some people are just about the badges, the accolades, and all
Yeah,
that. But and
yeah.
I had mentioned, I don't know if you heard me at the time or you were on, but I was mentioning that when I was retiring, the last retirement training that I took was very good because the previous ones had only focused on the financial aspect, but this one included a social aspect. And
Oh,
the lady gave us a reminder that if you give everything the places that you're volunteering, they may take advantage. Like, she didn't put it that way, but she was just trying to say that don't say you're going to go and volunteer 5 days a week.
right.
It's like you are working. That's not the purpose. Or you don't do that just to fill time because you're afraid of being alone and dealing with yourself,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
she said that to put it in perspective. I thought, oh, okay,
yeah.
that's good. Hmm.
That is right. Yeah.
I'm just going to read a comment that Tony has put up.
Okay.
He says some of these topics are very important, but someone will say say a day topic near, but it's very important for for self. I made a comment earlier about people though what is,
Okay.
yeah, it's very important for selflessness and services to humanity and even nature as nature's a created being by God. I know it's something which is even very dear to the heart of the Heavenly Father. Yes, because really you are supposed to help people in the Bible, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
yeah,
quotes like that.
yeah.
Did you feed me when I was hungry? Did you see me? That kind of thing in the Bible. So yeah, good point.
That brings, yeah, what he just said brings my mind to even feeding the birds. Like you're helping God feed the birds.
Yes,
It is a
it's
kind of,
important.
and it is
Yeah,
important.
but they'll put signs and say, "Don't feed the birds." Well, they have their
I
reasons.
know they, yeah, yeah.
So,
So,
anything on the values of volunteerism?
um, so what I you said selflessness and then service, right?
Yes.
And then
Get.
optimist. You have to be an optimist, see
Mhm.
the good in humanity and have the um and then you need to also have a team spirit
Yes.
because most of these volunteer programs you are going to be working with
People.
people
Mhm.
and you need to be able to work with people in order to reach a common goal.
Yes.
Yeah,
What you've said, like it's increasing your social skills. You need to, like you said,
right.
learn to deal with people. Yeah, you learn valuable
Yes,
skills also. Yes, and I'd mentioned
yes,
that it enhances your resume. So the comment that I made is when I was going to school, I do. Oh, we were just go and be a doctor, go and be this. So
yeah,
these aspects were not focused on, but over here it looks good on your resume, and you find
yes,
a
it's
lot of
important.
people, they may be in grade grade 12 and they are doing all kinds
Well,
of things, and you go,
yeah.
where do they find the time to study? But somebody who has all
Mm,
these on their college applications, they'll get in than you who's got 4 A straight and you are not showing any of these elements, right?
right,
Good
right.
morning, Miss Sage, how are you?
I
Thanks for joining
say
us. Nana Araba says volunteerism builds our social currency. Awesome. I like that term, social
That,
currency. Please explain
yeah.
it. Explain it some more, please. Ticho mumamai. So yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, basically,
Did we talk about like self-esteem too?
yes, I
It
mentioned that it
improves.
improves your
Okay,
self-esteem. Yes,
right, right.
because I was given the example of people who maybe you're sitting there, you are not focused on anything, you are bored. We get through
Mhm.
life and sometimes you're like,
Yeah,
what next? What more? And then
exactly.
they may go out. And not to
Yeah.
pick on anybody, but for example, there was this older lady. I mentioned that on Sunday in church, the
Mm-hmm.
Hope Mission people were there. A lady came to speak, and then she talked about they are needing people. So on the news, there was a long line outside Hope Mission of people going to apply for that job.
Wow.
Yes, and there was a much older lady in it, and I think she was saying that she just loves to help people. So, without knowing all her story, I'm just giving an example that typically maybe that, oh, your kids are grown, you want to go do
Mm-hmm.
something. This is a new purpose, right? So
Right.
maybe if you are a client and you meet such a person, they'll be speaking and giving you the benefit of their experience in life and this and that.
Mm.
Build hope in others. Yeah. Do you have any more to add on that?
Mm, that will be all for now. Till
Okay.
something else pops in my head.
That's good. Okay. So for types of volunteerism, I put, well, this is what I found, but you can also add in, like you can work with animals, community
Mm-hmm.
projects, sports.
Mm-hmm.
Some people volunteer with Habitat for Humanity, for example,
Yeah.
sports, hospitals, and even things to do with what do you call it, the Greenpeace or wildlife conservation and etc. There's any number, it's not just limited to these areas. There's any number of
Yeah.
opportunities. You can go volunteer in a school, but I imagine here they'll put you through a rigorous process, like you have to
Dealing with kids. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, and Tony says it literally takes someone who knows his or her dignity to involve themselves in some of these things. You cannot love someone else if you yourself don't love your personality. It takes genuineness to be a part of these initiatives. That's true. It enhances what, yeah, you said about somebody just goes in for the accolades. So
Right.
maybe they just want a badge. Oh, I volunteer here, I do this, I do that, and then their name is something, but it's not really from the heart. It's not the
Right.
genuineness here. And you don't just get up and go and do these things. There has to be that willingness, that desire to make
Yes.
an impact, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So are there any other places that you think that um, people can volunteer or be of service?
Yeah. Well, in the church too. If you're a church goer,
Yes.
you can volunteer in the churches. Well, especially here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know, but I was able to use my skill because it was like you actually have an interview with the pastor or whoever is the head of,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how big the church is, and
Mm-hmm.
they ask about your passion, which we'll be talking about later, like
Mm-hmm.
things because
Mm-hmm.
they would, I think they look at what you're gifted to do more
Yes.
than what you just
Yes.
want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But have you found that with what you are saying, I'll give the example, even at my church right now, um, there's a lot of kids. When we
Mm-hmm.
started going there, we see a lot of before kids. And Nana and Ajua will say, "Oh, we wish we had this when we were younger," you know, because because there's so many of them that they form
Yeah.
alliances with each other. Even last
Yeah.
week or the week before, I had two mothers talking and they were chatting with each other. And then the one said, "Oh, this one wants to come for a play date." I'm like, "Wow, nice," things like that. Yeah. But I find that even then, I remember my pastor's wife, she had made the comment that with this volunteering, people working in the church, they don't want to burn people out.
Yes.
So even
Yes.
like if you are serving, you will do if you are serving, you serve maybe every 6 weeks or something. That's
Mm-hmm.
how it should
Yeah.
be. But I
Yeah.
realized that just giving the example of Nana, she'll say I'm talking about her. She volunteered for the children's ministry, right? And then there's something
Yeah.
called safety squad. Like church starts at 9:30, and then the second one starts at 11:30. So if you're safety squad, you have to be there at 9 or at 11. So I'm finding
Okay.
that that seems to be separate, and then she helps with the little kids, 2 to 3 years. So yesterday or so, Aju and I were laughing at her. It seems like you've been going every other week or something. Like maybe you should say something because they don't want you to be burnout. Like she doesn't care, but she has to go to the early service and she usually goes to the later. So she was laughing and saying that mom knows I like to sleep in, so that's why she's worrying about me. And I said, oh, the Abrofo, they don't mind if you go to Pastor Laura and you say something, they'll make some change, right? Look at the opposite side
Yeah.
of us. It's this, what I'm going to say is a broad statement, but it applies typically to our community. You see,
Very.
in in churches, it's only a select few who volunteer, but in our community churches, it is worse. It's the few people who do things over and over and over again. And then when you go and complain that you are burned out, you rather get criticized by the leadership. But there's not efforts to, they don't make efforts to draw other people into volunteering. Oh, so and so does it. So I remember the one time there was somebody who was doing the house cleaning, and they had a little child, a little baby, and all the time they are there cleaning. So I made a proposal that, hey, let's have other people also be involved. Oh,
Right.
I was rather criticized, or the person that it seemed like they thought I was trying to attack another person. Like, that is not where I'm coming from. I even remember in the one church, it was the same guy who played the guitar or piano or whatever it is. And I said, we have to try to find other people to fill in. And then boom, they up and they leave. Sure, another family did come to fill in, but you always have to have a backup plan, like a plan B.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Russell is the main person who does this area, but these two here fill in when she's not around. So it's not the same people, repetitive, right? Let me read some comments. Nanaraba has explained social currency very nicely for us. She says, social currency or social capital to me is showing kindness, being helpful, serving, not necessarily for a reward. Yes, we said that, but you will definitely be rewarded. I remember smiling at a man at the goat meat sellers joint at Abura Market, and a week later, I had a loan to help a relative take care of an issue that was pressing. Just a smile introduced me to someone who could loan me cash. Wow. You see? So social, yes, thank you. That is very good. And then Miss Sage says, it's good to volunteer. It helps strengthen the community. Exactly. You see, this is what I find. I forget what it was. And I know I said it to Mandy or somebody. There was something going on. I don't know if it's to do with the Stollery Children's Hospital or what it was, but that night you had cars going to, they had people, these TV people, the news people. They were volunteering, standing outside, and people would pull up in their cars, trucks, and put money in. Within 3 days, they had gotten such a huge amount of money. And I said, look, and I'll say some of this in tree. You see that, Brofono? Some of them, almost soon nyamio. And so when it comes to these things, they are the people who give just like that. And then you take a Christopher stingy, they won't part with their money. No. So it's because they've been taught that when they hear of somebody in a crisis right now, boom, you see people anonymous, go fund me. They'll be just helping just like that. Nanaraba says volunteering can help us build a skill like event planning. Yes, facilitating programs and events, having a handicraft. Thank you. You learn valuable skills. Yes, I made that. That's exactly it. Thank you for the examples. Because you don't know, right? You don't know what might happen. And so right now, unless anybody has any other comment or anything, yeah, do you have anything to add on volunteerism?
No.
Okay, so we'll move on to passion. So yeah, what is passion?
Passion is what motivates us to do something. The motivation behind what we do. It's an enthusiasm for something. It has a whole lot of definitions, but from where we are coming from, I mean, not coming from, at our point of view, where we're looking at it from, I think it's more the motivation behind what we do. And I'll give because you're an author, I'll give the example of, having the passion to share knowledge
Yes.
and writing.
But yeah, you're an author now too. Carry on, please.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. In short, I think that's what, or I would say, the spark
Yes.
that moves you. Yeah, it's behind your reasons why
Yeah.
every day. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Naraba says passion is an innate desire to manifest a vision or goal or aspiration. I don't know where that definition came from. It came from you, smart lady, you. So yeah, it's a value that holds a significant meaning to you, or an activity that you enjoy doing, and then also it brings greater fulfillment to you. And you use it to express, its passion is used to express strong sentiments of tremendous desire. And, like you talked about enthusiasm, boundless enthusiasm, right? It's the willingness to suffer for something you care about. People are passionate about causes, and they'll tell you that for them it is a do or die affair. We have tree huggers, right?
Yes. Oh my
They'll hug the tree because they are for the environment. You can't destroy this. You can't, yeah.
God. Yeah.
Tony says, I think passion is also about the force that drives you to do something despite the critics. Yes, the
Yeah.
tribulations, the scandals, and the accidents. Thank you. Yes, you push no matter what. Yes, because some of us have been told, say, you want to in the books. Nana, what is the what?
I think the tree huggers or what?
Yes, they hug trees.
Yeah, they do. They are very passionate about it.
You Google tree huggers and see if you get some pictures. Yeah, so like, yeah, you were saying about the passion for me writing books. So it's like you are passionate about, oh, I wouldn't have thought that this is something. She said tree huggers, boy. You don't know the half of it. They are very passionate. You see, there's certain things that we see that Brofu do, we say the way Jimmy. But to them it's a course because we won't do the same. Like I'm a call her get through, but yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, even I'll come back to the author thing. Even passion, I related to Tony's comment about the critics, the scandals. When you are so passionate about something, whatever it is, people see you have this enthusiasm, you have whatever. You annoy people.
Yes.
You annoy people, so all of a sudden somebody will make one statement and then it will squelch you or squish you. And if you are not if you don't have that resilience, let me use my words, tenacity, grit, and
And
nerves of
great.
steel, you will not rise up again. That's what he's talking about. Even you see little kids, they are so bubbly, we all grew up like that. Then we grow up and we are like, oh, everybody's docile, timid. Look at our community, generally speaking. Anytime they see somebody, oh, this person is out there, um I hate to say it, but TikTok, they are how you're toxic. When you see people talking, you hear people tobo as your predator. I had a guy telling a woman one time, she's talking, say, oh, tobo as your predator. I'm like, is she even your wife? If she was your wife, would you say that to her even? So I'm trying to say that we seem to have an aversion to passion. People who are passionate, oh, be quiet, be still, be like everybody else, don't be different. Right. Hello. Is this you, Sister Ajua? Welcome,
Oh,
welcome,
that
welcome.
also has that problem.
Sorry?
I think that also has the Facebook user problem.
Yes, yes. I only know it's here because I saw something flash out that Joe don't made it, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Hi, Atwa.
So we've talked about volunteerism, so you may want to go back later and see it, but we're on passion, right? So passion is when enthusiasm and passion are present, people tend to be more resilient, right? So we're going to why is it important? People tend to be more resilient when they encounter obstacles. It's like
Yeah.
me, I said the one time somebody did something so bad I never thought that they would do. And it was on a Facebook Live. And after that, I was so disturbed and I thought, what am I doing? Oh, what is this about? Yes, it's her. Hello. So, and then I had to tell myself, no, stop it. This is not it. Why are you a threat are you a threat to this person? What's really going on here? And I nipped it in the bud. So you have to have the courage to pull something out of yourself when these naysayers come, because they are there. The tambayas, what do we call it, sambalats and tobiases, they are around us. And it takes only one word for somebody to squish you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as for your passion, even me relating it to the books, that, like, who knew? Who would have thought, right? But if you don't push yourself, if you had asked me 10 years ago, would I be right? And how? I'll say, what are you talking about? But you have to push yourself. You have to push yourself, right? And it's okay to be
Yeah.
passionate about things. Nanaraba says it's important to have passion. Otherwise, we can't realize our dreams, goals, and aspirations. Yes, if you don't have passion, there's people who go to their jobs and they hate their jobs. They are just there, they're just a cog in the wheel. Oh, I need this money, so I'm just doing it. But if you are passionate about it, the outcome is different. And
Yeah.
so it is even for you as a person. If you're just floundering around, not doing anything, as I say, drifting through life, and then you find a purpose, oh my goodness. Nanaraba says passion rises above the status quo and keeps you going. Thank you. You need it, right? Like, you are passionate about something. You need all that other skills, persistency, consistency, push, 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 push. Ajua says, congratulations, Sister Yabuatima Boating Russell. I'm so proud of you and I cannot wait to read your book.
Yeah.
Woo! So awesome. So yeah, and then what else? Passionate people, right? They have positive outlook, more positive outlooks, and can overcome difficulties through problem solving. Like I've always said that, okay, I may be doing something and I'm stuck. And then I sit there and I think about it. Okay, just leave it for a bit. Maybe I leave it for a day or two. As you're going along, some idea comes into your head. Oh, maybe I'll handle it this way. Maybe I'll do it that way. And you come up with a solution. Right. A person who does not have passion or has no confidence or no self esteem, they go, oh, as for me, when I try everything, I fail. I don't know. I can't. If they don't have somebody who comes to speak to them, if they don't have
Oh, yeah.
if they don't have somebody who comes to speak into their life, that's it. Their dreams are done, gone. And a lot of us are sitting around like that. It is so sad to watch. Miss Sage says, passion is the energy that moves one forward. I was going to keep talking, but Tony has one here that's making me laugh already. We are not here to just to be eating, drinking, and sleeping. It's not about the matter of having the degree, having that dream husband or wife be dead and gone. We can literally follow or discover your passion if you know what passion and following the passion is all about. This is true. And I'll speak especially to women in our community. Ah, yes. Nanaraba says, I really can't stand people that don't have intrinsic motivation. Oh, so going back to Tony's point, right? You are here for a purpose. It's not this script that we've been told, grown for. Oh, people, oh, a man will come and marry you. Oh, you're a woman. Why are you going with all those degrees? You are to this, you are to that. No, it's about finding yourself. Who are you? What do you love to do? What can you do? Can you make an impact? So after you found the man or you found the woman, what else is there? Do they breathe for you? He breathes on his own, you breathe on your own. You come together, you are one as something, but you are separate as individuals. So, what does he like to do? What do you like to do? But some women, oh, he says I should stay home, I shouldn't work. Me, I'm going to, you can be a housewife and have a passion you are working on. So, for me, the important thing is to train the kids, especially the girl child, to add value to themselves. Yeah. So, with that, I think we will finish it up and then we'll go to commercials and make our big announcements. Let's see. Um, give me a sec here. Oh, I didn't even add it. Okay, give me a sec. So, how do you identify your passion? Yeah.
Yes. think, okay. Before then, I wanted to also add that passion is very important because you might have a purpose, but without passion is when the naysayers come, you're easily distracted,
Yes.
or when you meet obstacles, you're defeated, or you don't feel like
Mm-hmm.
going forward anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
the path right for the purpose. That's if you found out what your purpose is. Okay. So you were saying, how do you discover your passion?
Mm-hmm.
It's what brings you. It kind of is the same things that helps you discover your purpose, which is things that bring you fulfillment,
Mm-hmm.
joy, and fulfillment. If you look at things that you gravitate towards,
Mm-hmm.
like like even sometimes your hobbies can tell you what you're passionate about.
Exactly.
Yeah. So things that make you happy, things that energize you
Yeah.
are all yeah.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I remember and I said, well, we spent our childhoods reading Mills and Boons, right? Barbara Catlans and what have you. So I loved reading, so it's easy to gravitate towards writing. So
Yeah, love my Saturday library trips.
my mom used to work at the commercial bank High Street, and the library was just right behind there. So my sisters and I would be skippity doo dah, go to the library and get our books. I'll read some comments before we carry on. Miss Sage says, congratulations, sister. I am proud of your achievement as an author. Kudos.
Thank you.
Thank you kindly. Miss Adwodo says, some people are so far gone, they lack passion. Adwa, you won't kill us this morning, no. Nanaraba says, I believe we recognize our passion when we can do certain things without hassle. It's easy and we flow in it, and it brings us joy and fulfillment. Yes, I'm going to say this, but in my community, not I'm just saying it because I have to, not because I worry about it or care. When you talk like that, they say that you are showing off. When I take a
Yeah.
pen and I put it on a paper to write, the words just come. I just write it down, and you can look after it and correct and all that, but it's easy for it's that is an easy thing for me. So I don't struggle with it. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. Something you do without struggling, without hustling. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So any other
Yeah.
points?
You just mentioned it, like your skills and abilities
Yeah.
that easily comes
To
to
you.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people can also tell you. Sometimes you don't even know
Yeah,
what you're good at,
that's
but
true.
your friend or close to you could
Mm-hmm.
pinpoint it to
Mm-hmm.
mind to it. So you
I'm
can look.
I'm just hearing an Obroni voice coming. You saying, have you considered this? Do you know you are good at this and that? They'll come and tell you. It can be anybody, not necessarily Obroni, but I just went had that picture. Usually yeah, this is what I find. These are brofu people. You may think somebody doesn't like you, they behave a certain way in a work environment. But when something happens, they are the first who come and give you the positive feedback. Do you get what I mean?
So
Yeah. They'll speak the truth to you at all times.
yeah,
And yet you think,
for us,
oh,
fake friendliness, we prefer that
yes.
even in a setting. But for me, when I go to any job, I'm straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming to work, not here for friendship.
Yeah.
If I find and that's an add-on,
Yeah.
but that's not your main focus. But if you go in with that mindset, trying to please people, that's where the problem starts.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's work. If somebody smiles with me or not, I don't care. Are we
No.
doing the job?
It
So
don't matter, yeah. And then they call you names or do all kinds of things, but hey, we're not here for that. Yeah.
then most of the time, those people that people don't like, they're just strict, disciplined people, straight with their jobs. Most of the
Yes.
time, that's what I. So
Yes. Miss Sage says what you are passionate about can sometimes turn into your career or livelihood. Yes. There's people who've stopped their jobs and they are doing other things they're so passionate about. Maybe
yeah,
somebody was a lawyer, but they know how to braid hair or they make jewelry and they are making some cash out of that. So, what
yeah,
is the
that was
sense of doing their 9 to 5? Then they go part time on it. They take a few cases here and there, but they are building that other empire. Yeah. So, yeah, do you have
yeah.
any other points?
I guess that's. Oh, and then sometimes too, when you look at problems going around the world, like things happening that really make you mad. This one also will help you discover a cause that you're passionate about without
Mm-hmm.
you real. Sometimes you watch the news or you see something
Mm-hmm.
and it gets so hyped up.
Yeah, it
Maybe
gives you
some
an
people are
idea.
as angry as you are, and that gives you an idea what the how help you choose your volunteer activity. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay. Before I go on, Nanaraba says, I want to apply tact before I really write what I need to write. Otherwise, even family may be offended. Yvonne Nelson mode activated. But let me say something. There's ways, I understand your comment completely, but there's ways to go around it, right? I have my friend, this lady at church, and she wants to do her book, and it's going to be in Spanish and in English. And she has that same thing that, okay, what do you write? What do you leave out? Right? Because maybe you may think that, oh, this is too much, that is too much. But then I had to say, my thought on it is that sometimes if we are so concerned about, or maybe not, I don't mean so concerned, but if we worry about what people will say, the essence of your message will be lost because people
Yes.
need to hear it. People need to go there with you. Like, say you are saying that you're writing a book and you say, God, I don't think that my mother loves me as much as she loves her other kids. Yeah, that will bring a combustible fire, but you're trying to help other people in that same situation that, hey, how did they get out of that?
Right.
Yeah, you can't hide your story for fear of others. It's difficult. Even me in my fifth book, there's some particular lines, just one or two lines that I wrote. And when some people read it, they'll go, they're talking about me. But I had to say it because it fit in with what I was trying to say, right?
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense or not, Nanaraba, but it's like don't let it keep you from also telling your story. And I know applying tact, that is key.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Fact.
Yeah.
But I also found myself in similar situation.
Yep. Yep.
And then wording. So you see, Auntie, I should word it nicely for you.
I remember at work, like there's this coworker, she came to ask me, how do you write those emails like that? Like, so, I think she's trying to say so professional. So I said, yeah, I'm angry, but I'll let you know in a very nice way. And maybe they don't know how to do that because some people they'll write an email and combustion will happen. you know, something will blow up. Yeah. Sister Adjoa says one can identify his or her passion by making a list of things he or she loves to do. Yes. Learn to
Yeah.
determine their values, acknowledging their strengths and achievements. Thank you. And Miss Sage says Nanaraba is a good writer. Nanaraba, that's inspiration for you. Start writing. We're coming. So yeah, talking about steps to identify, you've said some of this. One of them is look for the high points in your day. So the high point in your day, the thing that gave you the most excitement, maybe that thing could be something you are passionate about, right? And then pay attention on what you spend your time on, money on. We've said some of this, yeah. and consider topics that you love to teach or talk about with others. Like I like to talk about women empowerment.
Yeah.
Message, also that say I don't know, my fancy is gone. And then um yeah, and also explore career details. I think that Message had made that comment that sometimes what you are passionate about, yes, can sometimes turn into your career or livelihood. Yeah. And then Miss Ajoa says most people are worried about what others will say if they spoke up about their personal experiences, so they choose to deal with it internally by keeping quiet. And this is the thing: your passion, they've shut you up, they've muzzled you, and that's it. And you go to the grave without having done
Oh,
anything. So that's why they say the graveyard is the richest spot in the world, because a lot of untapped or unfulfilled dreams are in there. Tony says, yes, mommy, books, no dear, you bet pa. We have stories to tell the world. Start now, please. Yeah, is there anything else on this? So, yeah, it's, do you
yeah. The thing is, the activity that you're doing it, you lose track of time. You're enjoying it so much.
yes, yes,
Nothing new.
yeah.
And I must say that in my book, chapter 6 talks about purpose. So it
Okay,
has,
it's there,
you know,
yes. Because it's so important. I mean, like Tony said, with life is not just about sleeping, eating,
hmm,
finding the good, whatever. One time I was years ago, maybe 3, 4 ago, when the train was safe and I was on it. Well, that was before COVID, so maybe it's even 5, 6 years ago. And so, sometimes you're on the train and you hear people talking and you go, oh, me, because they are speaking trees. So they don't know that you are one, but you are hearing everything. And they get off and they are starting, maybe I may call Marco tree me fufu edi. And I'm like, hey, it's good to go and eat. Maybe that's the highlight of their day. But what I'm trying to say is that you can't just sit there doing nothing, go to work, come home, go to work, come home. I mean, I know life is tough. We're all tired, we're all stressed. But the beauty of life is when you have a passion outside even of your job and you are doing it. I've told you many times on this platform, when I'd go to work, I'm not somebody at this stage in life, friend, coffee. Now you're following people to go for coffee. No, I'm okay with taking my pad, my pen, go to the food court, get my whatever I'm getting, go and sit under the staircase, there's tables there, and be writing. And then I come home and then I realize, oh, I don't have the beauty or the luxury of going to sit at my typewriter to type, because I look in the fridge and I think food is needed. So then you have to cook, which I do, but
yeah,
I get back to it. I never stop myself. The idea comes, you write it down. Look, I've been
yeah,
told even sometimes you have to sleep with a little pad and pen by yourself,
mm,
by your bed, so that when the idea comes, you write it down. Because sometimes you wake up and you've forgotten. I'll put
yeah.
something. Sister Adjoa says, with my book out, I have a family member called me to ask why I did not have them read first before I published it. Instead of instead of congratulating me, my response to him was, it's my story to tell and not his. Nonsense. You know something? This is what I called, you are not allowed to be yourself. You're not allowed to do,
Mm,
like, they're taken away. We don't know how to build people up, how to encourage people, how to commend them. As my daughters will say, when you do something wrong, you hear it so many times. But the good thing, nobody will come and say, hey, great job.
yep.
This is really sad. Like, read through it.
Me too. Yeah.
Hey, let me show off here. Didn't you tell them you were working with the best?
Yes.
Oh Lord. Hello. Is this Pastor P, please? It says Facebook user. And
Mm,
and Nanaraba says, hey, Sister Ajua, laugh. Oh my goodness. So yes,
mm,
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I had. I'm swiping my phone. I forgot you're on there. So have I lost it?
I'm here. What?
Miss H says, Miss, yeah, I cannot comprehend the number of people who eat fufu on TikTok every day. Like, what is that about? Oh my gosh. Does anybody else have any other comments to add before we go to commercials? So, yeah. Oh, okay. Hello, Pastor P. How are you? Good
Hi,
to have
Pastor.
you. Okay, so today we've been talking about this is the last in our series of on our values enhancing or inhibiting our lives. And we talked about volunteerism, what it is. In our community, we don't know that per se unless you come to Abrochi. Even Abrochi, you don't necessarily do it. The young people do it because it's important to be. We spoke about types of volunteering, and then we came to passion, what it is, why it's important, and then steps to identify your passion. So basically, all we're trying to say is that as a person, you are not here just to serve yourself. You have to sometimes be other focused, pour into others. Whatever your gifts are, they are not important to you unless you share it with people. So you're sharing yourself in this life. If you read my books, I'm sharing something, you get something from it. You read Ajoado's book, you get something from it. You read Ya's book, which is coming out on Monday, you get something from it. And we're learning from each other experiences, right? People sharing their thoughts, like-minded. There's like-minded people on this platform. When they share their thoughts, you know that, whoa, these people are my group or they are my tribe. Have you seen any insults since we came on here? Nah. So basically, that's what we've been talking about. So we're going to do commercials, but before we do that, today is our last program for the year. We're going on an extended break. We've been doing this, yeah, and I have been doing this since April 2020 when my book, first book, came out. And we've done different programs. We've taken breaks here and there, over the holiday season. But like I said earlier in the program, there comes a time that you need to pause, yeah, reflect, and then you reset. So we're going to be doing that. We'll take the page is not dead. You'll still continue to see the you see post and you see the short videos, but the Saturday Facebook Lives is what I'm talking about. We'll be trying something different, more collaborative. So we'll have people come, and it's still going to be twice a month or once a month. I don't know. We haven't decided, but we'll be doing the book reads. We'll do book reads from my books, and we'll do book reads from other authors. So we'll pick a topic and then we come and talk about it, and then we'll have other people to come and share. Maybe it could be insights, financial things, mortgages, whatever. We're trying to plan it out. So yes, it's been a pleasure, but sometimes you can't do things the same way all the time. You need to branch out and do different other things. So, we'll see what happens. But, give us your feedback, or if you think there's something that we should be looking at too, please put it in the comments. Yes, and I'll read this last. Ajodo Bapa Nanaraba. I was like, who the hell does this person think he is to tell me what I can or cannot do? I was the one who had to endure the things I went through because some people have no morals, empathy, compassion, care, love, etc. A lot of these things always comes from our family members. They don't allow you to be yourself. They want you to be who they think they want you to be. And then you lose yourself and you can't live your own life. To me, the statement that I always make is allow people. We need to let people be. Allow people to be. And we do it all the time. Miss Sage, I was talking about toxicity on TikTok amongst our community people. You go and you're sharing opinions, people shut you down. You're a woman, they'll come at you. All kinds of things. You're saying something. No, no, no. It's okay. Don't feel that way. It's okay. And I'm like, let me work out my emotions. If you keep shutting people down, you keep muzzling them, when they explode, it touches everybody. So we need to really, really be careful. So yes, um, so we thank you for all being here today, but give us feedback in the comments, what you've enjoyed, what has not worked, what is working. We would appreciate it. So now we're going to do the commercials. So yeah,
Um, what am I talking about then?
your book,
I-
your interview on
okay.
Monday,
Okay. So,
it's up
so
on the
guys,
screen.
all right. Yeah, so guys, yeah, join Auntie Yaa'S and I. She'll be interviewing me on my book, my upcoming book, on Facebook, and it'll be Monday, 23rd October, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard, 12 Eastern, and then GMT 4 p.m. Please join us so you get to know um, my thoughts, why I wrote the book, and all other questions behind my book. Yeah, thank you. And then after that, go buy a copy as a birthday present to me because Monday is my birthday.
So I need a
Thank
choir. You're coming to sing happy birthday. Anything else? Yeah.
No, I'll just
Okay.
leave it.
Okay.
Thank
As Ya
you.
said, Auntie Ya will change it and put it nicely for you. Auntie Ya's Own It Academy did the editing and
Yeah.
the editing and proofreadings on it. And Ya gave me a review. So I will share it also on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the book, please, please, it is an eye opener. It's very well done. There's what do you call it again? Old lady near referee. You know, she tells this she gives the information, and then there's certain steps that you can follow. You know, it's very well thought out, very well written, and
Nuggets.
sorry,
Okay. Is
sorry,
it the nuggets?
yeah, and there's something about learning something, if I remember. But it's powerful. It's all that I'm trying to say. So
Oh,
please join here. Also, your YouTube channel. Will you talk about that?
I haven't done a lot there
Okay, so
recently.
the focus is on this, the interview on Monday, and then here is the
Yes.
book. Get your
Yes.
copy. So when I share the post, I will be sharing the link. So you can also click there and I believe you'll be doing something yourself first thing in the morning because you're 2 hours ahead of me. So
Yes, I will.
you'll do something and then we'll come on later. So please join us. Okay. Anything else from your end? Let me see.
No, thank you. That'll be all. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Okay, so next we go to Sister Ajuodo. So Sister Ajuodo she does her Brabomonsem on Fridays, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Talks about any number of things. Yesterday, she spoke about bullying. Yes, I wasn't there throughout the whole program, but I realized that she had her son share some of his experiences, yeah, and how he worked through those experiences. So yeah, and on Saturdays, she does a program with Reverend Samuel Okoso, marriage talks or any other topic of interest. So join them today. It's 1:30 Mountain Standard, 3:30 p.m.
Eastern.
Eastern. Yes, I'm thoroughly confused now. And then Auntie Yaa'S Own It Book Academy has the pleasure of presenting to you Unveiling My Life, a guide to breaking free and reclaiming control of my life, which is now out on Amazon. Please check
Yes.
Ajuodo's pages for the links. Yes. So you see this beautiful book? Yeah. And then there's Yah Russell's book. So Perhaps in the future, you may see some interviews and book reads from these authors, right? So get your copy so that you can participate when that happens. Yes, it's on Amazon. The best thing you can do, we see, we're talking about supporting people, volunteerism. Go and buy the book. We learn from other people's experiences. There's a lot we have to teach each other. She could have kept quiet and said, "Oh, I don't need to tell anybody. This is my story. Hush, hush, katasumu emwasu." And then we're still sitting there. Yes, good job. Okay, then we have Pastor Patience Edwards. So Pastor P is an ASEA advocate. ASEA has a lot of benefits, health benefits. I use ASEA, so I can speak for it. And please contact her for your needs. Talk to her and she'll give you all the details. The best thing that we can do, as I said, is to support one another in this life. You can't go far in life if you don't know how to put yourself out for others and they also put themselves out for you. It's a reciprocal relationship. We are not here advocating that people be doormats. No, not that. No. Life is like that. We can be holy and Christocentric and say, oh, give, give, give. Yeah, give, give, give. But you can't take all the time either. So let's support one another. As well, Pastor P is a tap agent. When you send money, use her code Lady P and you'll get a 15% discount. I hope I'm correct on that. Blue Bridges Coaching. Pastor P is an excellent coach. I can say that because I did coaching with her. I learned a lot. She doesn't suffer fools gladly. She'll give you the work and you have to do it. If you are interested in becoming a better version of yourself, do your work. Otherwise, you'll drift through life you don't know who you are. You haven't even worked on yourself. How can you volunteer to be there for somebody else? How can you have passion? You are dead inside. You don't know what's going on. You're just drifting along. That is not what we wish for you. So step it up and do something for yourself. Go to her page, Blue Bridges Coaching, and read my review. That's all that I can say. As well, we have Miss Aisha. Aisha does not do programs, but she supports everybody under the sun. Just to put that, she's an Avon lady. If you're in Britain, you can contact her for your needs. As well, she's a Juice Plus agent. She does Juice Plus. Contact her. That one is worldwide, so you can contact her if you want. And she's into, she has household products that she sells. Could be suitcases, household appliances, what have you. It's extensive. Please see her. Sika educates personal development matters. She deals with trending issues. Very insightful, very educative. Please patronize that platform. As well, we have Awomreko lunchtime talks. She has these bangers that she brings out. So contact these pages. Last but not the least, Miss Sage, sageshare.com. The best person who does great adverts for her, Miss Adwodo's page, because Adwodo has all the t-shirts. We don't have anywhere in Canada. Miss Sage.
Years and years.
We are waiting. Yes, like t-shirts with maps of Africa, Ghana, very nice colors. There's jewels, there's shea butter creams, any number of things. Her customer service is excellent. Please patronize her page, sageshare.com. Okay, and then I hope I've got everybody. So on this platform, Auntie Yaa'S Facebook corner, we do our Saturday Facebook Lives. As I said, we're taking a break. Today is our last program, but you see other videos based on my 5 books that I'm showing above there. Let's see. So, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, Refreshing for My Weary Soul, Beauty of a Woman's Heart, and then there's Own It and My Unapologetic Self. Please get your copy on Amazon, okay? Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner is a lively platform as well on my wall. Yeah, for that October, you see any number of posts every day. So please continue to support us. Don't say that, oh, I don't see them on Saturday. So that's it. Continue to support us. We appreciate you. Now I'm going to read some comments. Let's see. So Sister Joa says, certainly people think once something happened to you in the past, you should let bygones be bygones without thinking of your emotional and psychological aspects, the damages that has been done to you. That is a problem that we have in our community. If you don't examine it and work, start on your healing journey, how are you going to become a better version of yourself? Like I said, people have gone to the grave without tapping into the resources. Something, God put something in you, and you are supposed to be using it in the world to bless yourself and others. So, and yet people want to muzzle you. And then she says, thank you for the promo, our author Bakope, thank you. And says, Ajodo, thank you. Miss Sage, thank you. Anybody else? Most people are good to identify others' problems and share their opinions, but blindsided in owning it to their poor behaviors. Miss Sage says, I got it. Okay. Thank you. There's one thing that I forgot. Let's go back to, I didn't forget, but it's on my mind. I need to bring it up. So this here is Auntie Yaa'S Own It Academy. As you can tell, we are in business, being of service to others. Sister Ajuodo Mensah Sasu has a book out. Mrs. Yaboating Russell will have her book out on Monday, which is her birthday. We've been happy to be of service to them. How about you? What story is it that you want to tell that you have not told? It is not difficult. Sometimes we cry about spending money on ourselves. But think about it. You can spend money frivolously, buying shoes, buying this, sending money home, which they'll turn around later and insult you that, or what did you do with your life since you've been in a retreat? What better way to leave a legacy than to write your story and make an impact? Sometimes when you write books, you don't see money right away, but what you do with the book is what matters. You can teach other people how to write their story, or you can build courses from it, or you can do whatever, programs and all that. So if you have a story, don't sit down and think, oh, I am nobody, I'm nothing. The worst thing that you can do in this life is to look down on yourself. I have a post out today about if you were to advise a baby today, what advice would you give them? Nanaraba said God first. Yes, that's what I wanted to put. But I didn't put mine though. But my thinking was that always teach them to be themselves, love themselves. Most of our problems start from there. What we were taught, what we were told as kids. If you didn't hear anything good, that is what is feeding your life today. There's no passion. You are dead inside. Maybe you are so bitter. You are the one going around blaming everybody, shading people, insulting them, mistreating them. Why don't you get some life coaching? Or if you're a woman, you need women empowerment, come see us. It's not that hard. If you place value on yourself, you will go places. And the best form of placing value is writing your story to bless others. So please contact Auntie Yaa'S Own It Academy. We're here to serve and support you. So is there anything else you want to add or say? Because we're not going to be back for a while yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't really have much to say, but thank you all for joining us. I mean, every Saturday, because most of you here are almost here every Saturday, supporting us, and we are very grateful because that's what will push the word. And this is also one of Auntie Yaa'S legacies, because this video will be on online forever, I would say. So you're also contributing. You're contributing to it. So you're
Yes.
contributing to this legacy, if you see it like that. Yeah, I'm just grateful that we have people like you who are also here
Yes.
and participating too, because you could be here and just listening, but the participation is also awesome. Thank you
Yes.
so much, and
Thank you.
see you when we come back.
Yes. So I thank you. I don't see any feedback, so I guess they don't like what we do. Nobody's saying anything. But thank you for being here. Like Ya said, you're regulars. You're always here supporting, commenting, doing everything. You've been here with us from the beginning. Like I'd said about Miss Sage, the first time I met her was on Amma Manson's platform, and she said she got my book and she made some good comments about it. And ever since, she's been coming to this platform. So much appreciated. Pastor P says we learned a lot from this platform. Thank you both. Thank you, Pastor P. And thanks you for the promo and all the good things you do on your platform. Thank you to Miss Sage. So yes, our intent has been to inform, to inspire, motivate, empower, all the good words that you can think of. And we'll be happy to know that yes, we have succeeded. It's not over. We're just going to, take a break and come back better than before, we hope. Continue to inspire and motivate people. So you know what? When you see our post, engage with it. What I love about the groups that I'm in is people come and engage, they make comments, you also make comments. So let's do that. Anytime you see somebody's post, bless them, put a word down, say something, be encouraging. And also, I'm going to go back to this so that we don't lose track of it. I do know that a lot of you are going to be at work on Monday, but whatever you do, please remember to come on at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard, 12 noon Eastern, 4 p.m. GMT. We have an interview with Boating Russell as she releases her first book, Echoes of YBRR Chronicles. Yes, it's going to be insightful. Let's meet our new author and hear her story. Okay? Again, here is the book. It will be out on Monday. Get your copy on Amazon. And do continue to patronize Unveiling My Life, a guide to breaking free and reclaiming control of my life. Last but not the least, these books are still on Amazon. Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, Refreshing for My Weary Soul, Own It, and My Unapologetic Self. Again, if you have any ideas too that you think we should be tackling when we come back, please get to us, DM Yara Russell or myself, and we'll be more than happy to, review your comments and act on it. So, with that, take care until we're back. I hope that you continue to have a prosperous and fulfilling life. Have a good Christmas when it comes and everything else in between. Take care of yourselves. Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Monday. Okay. We'll
See you
see
on
you on
Monday.
Monday. Take care. Love you guys. Bye for now.